Where my people at? Where my people at? Hide or chat. What's up? What's up? Oh, Keisha Raquel in the building. Keisha Raquel in the building. You talking boxing, baby? What's happening? Miguel, what's popping, baby? What's popping? My people, my people. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Ants Boxing Channel in the building. We live. We are live. What we talking about today? What you talking? I'm making Miguel. Just so you know, I have a new concept that I'm working on, and this is the pilot. I forgot what the name of it is now. I just came up with it today, so it's fresh. My fault. The boxing zone. The boxing zone on the boxing zone on ABC. Your ring, your rules. This is gonna be a set of lives where we just talk whatever y'all want to talk about. The chat runs this. So y'all run this. Y'all just comment whatever y'all want to, or put in the chat whatever y'all want to talk about, and we talk about it. Of course, boxing though. It got to be boxing related. You feel me? Cool. I'm glad you rock with it. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad y'all rock with it. You feel me? And of course, you know what I mean. As it grows, and it's only gonna get more lit. It's gonna be lit. We're gonna talk some real boxing up in here. Some real boxing. Today's episode might be a little bit short because this is just me introducing to y'all my concept and my idea. But we're gonna be in here. We're gonna be in here talking big boxing stuff. Big boxing. Thank you, Rascal. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for tuning in. All right, so let's see. What do you think? What do you think about? What's your thoughts on? Let me see. All right, so here's something that happened, right? Mauricio Suleiman, WBC, they pretty much let it be known that the Errol Spence Terence Crawford rematch is looking like it's not gonna happen. So they said they're giving Terence Crawford more time to come up with his next move and what he's gonna do. So what's your thoughts on that? Anything about it? So it could be Spence, it could be Crawford, WBC, Mauricio Suleiman. Waiting for that. You was waiting for like for the WBC to say that, or just for Crawford Spence, like that's not for that to not happen. No way ever would take that rematch. Yeah, bro. It didn't really make sense. Like, nah. Bro, Errol got beat so bad, like it wasn't even close. At least if it was competitive, you know, at least if it was competitive. He was already a lot. Beating up. Like, facts. He took a beating. Errol took a beating, I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, man. Errol took a bad beating. For sure. You gotta respect Errol. You have to. I respect the heck out of him. You gotta respect Errol Spence, man. He was unhealthy as shit. Sheesh. It's the thing though, like for me, like my take on that, that's no excuse to me. You know what I mean? Like that he was unhealthy. It is what it is. But you got camp, you got the same time that Crawford has, Let me see, and just not there, you feel me? I don't know, man. It's like I get those things that he was like unhealthy and he just wasn't there. But for me, it's no excuse because I feel it's like I said, you got your camp, you got the same amount of time that the other fighter has. You know what I mean? It's all in you. You control your environment. So if you're not ready, if you're not in the right space, that's kind of that's just unfortunate. But that's your fault. Yeah, he was just levels under him for sure. And that's no shade at Errol Spence. I would love to see Errol Spence come back, but I think it's just like you said, he was just levels below him. And Errol Spence he's a great fighter. It's just Crawford is just he's just a different type of special fighter. You know what I mean? Like Crawford, there's not many dudes that would really give Crawford Crawford would make a lot of people look how he made Errol Spence look that night. You know what I mean? It's not just Errol Spence either. Like Crawford that's a bad dude right there. That's a bad dude. Miguel, who do you think would give Crawford the most trouble? Like any realistic fight that he could make happen? Do you think there's anybody out there that could beat Crawford? And in any division. Yeah, any division. But like realistic that it's not like a David Benavidez, not like somebody that that he could fight, like Tim Tszyu, Jermell Charlo, Boots, Virgil Ortiz, Canelo, like those type guys. Jaime Munguia like at 160. That's a hard one, right? That's a hard one. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. That's hard out. Let me see. Let me see. He could fight any motherfucker out there, but I really wish to see a Canelo fight. Yeah, the Canelo fight. That's the fight you want. Yeah. I would love the Canelo fight. I would. I would love the Canelo fight. I would love the Canelo fight for Crawford, cause for his legacy. And plus, I really feel like he could beat Canelo. I feel like he'll beat Canelo. The only way I would see Canelo beating Crawford is if Crawford just decides to not fight smart. Let me see. He's supposed to be the second best in that range for Crawford. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's hilarious. Because there'll be mad people that will be pissed off about that. They'll be so pissed off. Feel like Crawford ain't touching Canelo. I think Crawford will whoop his ass. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah. That's funny as heck, man. Honestly, I think Crawford would just outbox the crap out of him. I think Crawford with that jab, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford hurt Canelo, beat him up bad, had his face swollen, probably bleeding out the nose, and cause that jab, bro. You saw that jab he used against Spence. Canelo isn't as fast as Spence. Like Spence isn't the fastest either, but Canelo is even slower than Spence. Yeah, he hits harder, but Crawford will time the hell out of Canelo. But there's one thing that Canelo does have though that I feel will be very tricky, and that's that lead hook, because Canelo throws that lead hook, very tricky. It's almost like he'll throw it. They said Canelo never tasted so much power in his nose. Yo, no, that's a fact though, that's a fact because even the jab by Bivol, like Bivol wasn't like timing them. Bivol was pumping that jab just kind of like, he was just pumping it, you know? The difference is Crawford's gonna throw that jab timed, in between his punches. When Canelo thinks he's about to come through and do something, pop, eat that jab. You feel me? And he's gonna sit on that jab, bro. And Crawford got longer arms than Bivol. Because Bivol's like 6 feet, but Bivol got what, like a 72-inch arm reach? Crawford got 74-inch arm reach, bro. Crawford will bust that dude up just with the jab alone. Just with the jab alone. It'll get ugly. But Canelo does have that tricky lead hook. Because Canelo's lead hook, to me, that's his best punch, is his lead hook, because he could disguise it. And when Canelo throws that lead hook the same to the body as he does up top. And that's tricky. That's a dangerous punch. But it just goes back to the timing. Bro, Crawford's going to see that lead hook coming all the time. And then the preparation, Crawford and Bomac, bro, his whole camp, they're going to prepare for Canelo. Bro, they'll pick him apart. They will pick him apart. The only reason that fight, the only thing I would feel bad about that fight is because David Benavidez. Yeah, and look at the size, the shape, but just built different. Nah, but Canelo big though. Canelo a big boy. He's stocky. Canelo big, Canelo strong, I can't lie. But I will feel bad for Benavidez though, because it's like, bro, he deserves that shot. He deserves that shot at Canelo. And then it would suck. It would suck like if Crawford got the Canelo fight and then he beats Canelo, you know? Because then it leaves Benavidez like, it's not as rewarding now, like if Crawford beats him. But Benavidez could still aim to stop Canelo, and that would make it interesting. Because even if Terence Crawford got the Canelo fight and he beat Canelo, and then it's looking like, oh, it's just seconds now or thirds or fourths for Benavidez. But Benavidez could do something to Canelo nobody ever did, and that stop him. Or not, 100%. 100%. Benavidez definitely deserves it more than Crawford. I mean, because it's like Crawford hasn't even fought at 168 or 154 or 160, you know what I mean? So to jump up 3 divisions, it only makes sense because of business. And because of politics, you know, and for selling the fight. Because it's like 2 pound for pound, 2 fighters that have been consistently like top 5 pound for pound on everybody's list for years now. You know what I mean? So it'll look like, it'll be a very, you could market the heck out of that fight, Crawford and Canelo. But the truth is though, Benavidez definitely deserves that shot over Crawford for sure. But I don't know if Canelo will give it to him though. You think Canelo will? Do you think Canelo will ever fight Benavidez? Do you think so? I want to know what y'all think. Oh, nah, you good, bro? I appreciate you for even tuning in and talk and engaging and talking and stuff like that. I appreciate you. What is your like your hometown language? What's your native language? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, now you good, Crinklington. Yo, I can't even lie, bro. That's a hard one to pronounce. I'm a bad reader too, so it makes it worse. Crinklington. I hope I pronounced that right. You late, but you here, baby. You here. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. It's all love. Oh, you Brazilian. Okay. From Brazil. Yo, be safe. Do you live in Brazil or do you live in America? I speak Portuguese, but I study English since I was a shorty. I see. Okay. No wonder, because I was gonna say like you type it really, really good. I ain't really noticed. Like any like you were talking bad English and nothing like that. Crinklyton, my boy Crinklyton said, "Who you think Canelo is fighting next?" Yo, I don't know. Man. But my boy lives in Brazil. Yeah, it's dangerous out there, boy. Be careful. Be careful out there. I was just talking to some dude today from Brazil that was telling me that it's rough out there. But Crinklyton, who do I think Canelo is fighting next? So facts. Let's get back to business. Let me see. Who's Canelo fighting next, right? Let's do a little process of elimination. So I've seen some people saying Errol Spence. I don't see that at all. I definitely don't see Errol Spence because Errol Spence ain't even fighting Crawford in a rematch. And he just got destroyed by Crawford. So why would Canelo fight Errol Spence? I don't know where that rumor's coming from. It makes absolutely no sense to me. You know Canelo's not going up to 175 and fighting Bivol. He said Charlo is trash and Crawford is too small. Nah, Charlo's not. I wouldn't say Charlo's trash, but I mean, shit, he's been out. Charlo just don't deserve that fight. Charlo been out the ring for years and then came back against Jose Benavidez, and he couldn't stop him. He didn't look impressive against him. You know, Charlo definitely. I don't see that. If Canelo took that fight against Charlo, that would be very disappointing, and he would get a lot of heat for it. And I think Canelo's getting tired of getting like heat. Canelo's getting tired of people coming at him for cherry picking and all that stuff. So I honestly think the only two people that I really feel are gonna get that Canelo fight next is either Crawford or David Benavidez. Yeah, he is. He is messed up. Charlo's definitely messed up. But I'm telling you, bro, Canelo fighting Badu. Canelo ain't fighting no Badu. Nah, he can't fight. Nah, he ain't fighting Badu. No way. Crawford is a natural 147. Canelo has been hit by 175 and still standing. Crawford can't take a 168 hit. I don't know. Crinklyton, have you seen Crawford when he sparred what's that guy's name? The Dominican dude. He fights at 160. Oh my goodness. Carlos Adames. Crawford's a dog. Crawford sparred against heavyweights, and I know that sparring is different from actually fighting in them lights. So credit to that. We would have to see, because when you say Crawford can't take a 168 hit, will Canelo be crafty and fast enough to land clean on Crawford to really hurt him? Because Crawford got great timing, great IQ, great footwork, great distance control, and them long arms with that power fast jab, that timing jab. Bro, he might not even really get hit by Canelo by a clean shot, to be honest with you. Let me see. He said Canelo fighting Badu. Crawford's a natural 147. But I agree with you, though. I agree with you, Crinklington, that Canelo, yeah, he's been hit at 175, still standing. Canelo got a chin. That's one of Canelo's biggest assets is his chin. That dude got an iron chin. He's hard to hurt. Miguel said, bro, Crawford in natural weight is a big man. He's over 180. Sheesh. Yeah, nah, I'm going to tell you this. I seen that video of Terence Crawford on $1 Million Worth of Game where he was playing basketball with Gilly. And did you see how big Crawford looked next to Gilly? Bro, Crawford was big next to Gilly. Of course, Canelo's much bigger, don't get me wrong. Canelo's much bigger than Crawford, we know that. But I'm talking about Crawford probably walks around like looking like he walking around 170, right on weight. And that's dangerous. Why? Because you got to look at somebody like Floyd Mayweather. One of the things that made Floyd Mayweather great was because Floyd Mayweather stood around his weight. Know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather never blew up in weight. So when he was training, Floyd Mayweather would train at 150 something. So all he had to cut was probably 10 pounds or less. You know what I mean? He trained 150, 160. That dude didn't cut a lot of weight. So Crawford trained in that 160, probably like in the 170, 160s. Crawford will be very comfortable come fight night. But the big question is, and then you not the big question, but then there's that thing, it's a thing that people gonna say is, can Crawford take the hit if Canelo lands on him, right? But can Canelo land on him clean enough to hurt him? Because the only time we've seen Crawford really get caught clean and hurt by Gamboa, because he got lazy. He got comfortable, he got lazy, overly confident. Crawford is not going to do that against Canelo. He didn't do it against Spence. He's not doing it against Canelo, which I know he's going to come into that fight with respect for Canelo's power, more so than Errol Spence's power. And then on top of that, Canelo's just not crafty enough or fast enough. Let me see. He said Crawford is not a flat-footed fighter. Even if Canelo tries to hit him, he can move easily, and Canelo will look like a fool when he keep his ass trying to find Bud. Yo, Miguel, you know what's funny about that? I don't think Crawford would even run against Canelo. Crawford is going to be using, I feel like, lateral movement. He'll be doing steps to the side, little pivots to the side, little step back, pivot to the side, counter, pop, pop, step back. He's going to be moving backwards. I feel like Crawford will be fighting backwards. But he's not going to be running, like, really, like, on his bicycle and bouncing around and stuff. Crinklington said, Crawford is a good boxer, but he hasn't truly had, he said Crawford is a good boxer, but he hasn't truly had any good adversaries at his weight. How many champions has Crawford fought against? You got to remember, though, why hasn't he had any good adversaries at his weight? And I disagree with that. I disagree with that because he has had good adversaries at his weight. Mean Machine is a hell of a fighter. Mean Machine is a hell of a fighter. And Avanesian is a very solid fighter. A lot of people felt like Avanesian was trash. Avanesian gave Crawford more trouble than Spence did. Avanesian actually landed some slick shots because he was crafty. If you look at like the early rounds, Avanesian was changing from orthodox to southpaw with little craftiness and stuff like that. You know what I mean? He was being slick. He would change southpaw, orthodox. He was throwing like overhand lefts and shit and stuff like that. And he was landing some stuff on Crawford. He landed more on Crawford than Spence did. It's kind of crazy. I don't think nobody expected that. But yeah, to say, he hasn't had any good adversaries, Sean Porter, and that version of Sean Porter, like I said, all those guys gave Crawford more trouble than Spence did. You know what I mean? And it's not an excuse that, the incident, this, that, or whatever, because Spence was coming off one of his most dominant performances in his career against Ugas. He just beat the crap out of Ugas and then fought Crawford next. You know? So, and they said, how many champions has Crawford fought against? He's fought against several. You talking about at 147, Crinklington? When you say how many champions has Crawford fought against, you mean at 147 or like in his career? Miguel said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Facts, bro. Nah, Crawford's on another level, bro. The footwork, the movement. He's so educated and precise. He's not going to waste movement. He don't use... And his management of stamina, he knows how to manage his stamina so well, too. He doesn't sit on a punch just to sit on a punch. He don't move just to move. That dude chooses when to use his stamina. He chooses when to preserve himself, when to go into offense. But he does it at the right time. Like, he's a master. He's a master-class boxer. Crawford just too slick. Facts. Bro, he said, Miguel said, it doesn't matter if he fought 100 champions in his division. He had all the belts in 2 divisions, which means nobody in those could beat him. Barely touch him. That's a fact. Yo, you know what's crazy? The 2 times, I just realized this, the 2 times that Crawford became undisputed at 140 was against the southpaw. And he stopped that dude with a body shot. He just, just destroyed him in what, like 1 round, 2 rounds? And then the second time he became undisputed against a southpaw, and he just destroyed him. That's kind of crazy. So I say this. Crawford don't struggle against southpaws. I think southpaws is easy work for Crawford. Yeah. Yeah. Crawford will beat the crap out of Southpaw. I would love, like, yo, now, here's a question, right? How much would y'all want to see Crawford versus Boots? Do y'all think Boots would give Crawford trouble? What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on Terence Crawford versus Gervonta Ennis? And see, that's what it is. Bud is more of a complete fighter. Bro, that's what Terence Crawford is the most complete fighter in boxing. The most complete fighter in boxing right now. He's the most complete fighter in boxing right now. And I'll even go as far as to say Terence Crawford is probably top 10 most complete fighters in I'm gonna say top 15. Terence Crawford is probably top 15 most complete boxers in possibly like the history of boxing. Ennis will beat Crawford. Ooh, Crinklington. He said Ennis will beat Crawford. Why you think so, Crinklington? Why you say Ennis will beat Crawford? Miguel said, it's like I said, Boots is more of a challenge for Bud than anyone in the division. Yeah, I agree. I think he's more of a challenge. Let me see. Is he more of a challenge than anyone? I'm trying to think. Is Gervonta Ennis more of a challenge than anyone at 147? I think so. Yeah, I do think so. Yeah, I would say that Gervonta Ennis is more of a challenge than anyone at 147. But I got thoughts on that. I've studied those guys. I got a little bit of insight on those two and how they'll match up. I want to hear what Crinklington thinks. Crinklington said Ennis will beat Crawford. And to Crinklington, I ask, what are your thoughts on how he'll beat Crawford or why he'll beat Crawford? Because I definitely think he'll challenge him. Ennis will challenge Crawford. I don't think he beats him, but he probably challenges him more than anybody, to be honest with you, in my opinion. Unless Crawford fought like, bro, I don't think, yeah. Crawford is just different. But Boots is different too, though. Boots is different too. I want to see what y'all think. Boots has that style that makes his opponents frustrated. Yeah. Yeah, he does. He got to start out. But you know what's the thing, though? The thing about Boots is like, Boots is very, very skilled. Boots is like super skilled and very versatile. He can do a lot of things. But the thing about Boots, let me see, real quick before I continue. Crinklington said, Ennis just seems like more of a killer in the ring. Crawford is too much of a runner. But see, that right there supports why I feel like that Crawford would stop Boots. And supports what I was about to say. See, Boots could do a lot, and Boots comes forward, but Boots, he's mad skilled. But if you look at how Boots fights, Gervonta Ennis, he overwhelms his opponents. It's like Lara? No, he's not. Crawford ain't like Lara. I don't think so. I don't think Crawford is like Lara at all. Lara's like a pure boxer. Lara's like a pure boxer. Crawford is a boxer, puncher. No, he's a puncher boxer. Crawford is a puncher boxer. Crawford's gonna sit and don't let Crawford hurt you. See if Lara hurts you, you don't really gotta worry about. Let me see. I want to know how many knockouts does Lara have. I'm about to look it up right now. I'm about to go on BoxRec. There's Landy Lara. Let's see. There is Landy Lara. See how many knockouts he has. Because I don't think Landy Lara is like really like a knockout puncher like that. I don't think he really be hurting dudes like that. So Landy Lara has 17 knockouts in 35 fights. Landy Lara has 17 knockouts in 35 fights. So that's like less than a 50% knockout ratio. Now, Crawford ain't Lara. Crawford got power. But the thing about Lara is that Lara is like a pure boxer. Lara's gonna move around, and he's really gonna move around and just jab and move, stick and move, hit and not get hit. He's not gonna bang with you. See, Crawford is gonna bang with you, but intellectually. Crawford is gonna read you. He's gonna see what you do, and then he's gonna come up with. That's why they call him the best adjuster in boxing. Okay, he's gonna see what you do, and once he sees what you do, he's gonna come up with an answer on how to break you down, pick you apart. And with Gervonta Ennis, that's exactly what would happen. But the thing about Gervonta Ennis that would give Crawford the most trouble is his speed. It's not even the switching. That would add on to it. That adds on to it for sure. The ability to switch from Boots. But the speed is the number one thing, because Boots got really fast hands. He's very explosive. Know what I mean? So Boots could catch Crawford with some shit. But the focus of Crawford and the discipline and the timing and the defense and all that, Crawford has what it takes to not, like, I'm not gonna say not get hit by Boots, but to weather the storm as he gets the timing of his speed. Once Crawford gets the timing of Gervonta Ennis' speed, oh, it's over. Because then that's it. He's gonna get the timing of his speed, and then Boots don't got the adjustment ability. So what happens when Crawford now adjusts to Boots? We don't know if Boots can adjust to Crawford. You get what I'm saying? Because everything we've seen Boots do, he overwhelms his opponents with his athleticism and his speed and his power and his versatility. He'll switch for like no reason. He switches for no reason. The showboat and the this, the that. He does a bunch of stuff to overwhelm his opponents and frustrate them and do all of that. And the opponents that he faces don't got the tools to do anything with him, because Boots got too many tools. So Boots empties out the tool bag on opponents. That's why it's kind of like, it's like he goes overkill against every opponent, which ain't nothing wrong with it. But I'm just saying that if he tries to do that with Crawford, bro, Crawford's going to pick that apart, and Crawford's going to find your timing. And once he gets your timing and he starts seeing your little habits, Crawford's going to start countering. But see, if Boots does that, he would need to be able to do that and continuously do that. That would have to be his game plan. Just continuously keep on switching up, doing different things, and just keep doing random stuff. But if he does that, it's still going to be hard to win, because then at that point, it'll just be a boxing match, a real, like a chess match. But I still favor Crawford, because I feel like he's just more experienced. He's just smarter. Crawford is the smarter fighter between the two, 100%. Miguel said, damn, that's like saying an AR-15 is a toy gun. Want to see a real runner? Just watch Stevenson's last performance. That's OD. All Crawford needs to do is study Boots a little bit in the early rounds. Facts. Dang. B. Estrada said Crawford beats anybody up to 168. Yeah, that's a little bold right there. I ain't even gonna lie. So B. Estrada, you think he beats David Benavidez? Yeah, I don't know. You think Crawford beats David Benavidez? Nah, I don't know, man. That's a big dude right there. Except for except for Benavidez. I feel you. That anybody up to 68. I say this because this is really, yeah. I think he beats Canelo too. I agree. I think he beats Canelo. Definitely. I think he's just too good, man. The dude just knows how to fight. He just knows how to fight. He knows how to box. He knows how to fight. He got grit. But he's not even going to have to use that to beat Canelo. I feel like if Crawford tried to fight Canelo, that's the most dangerous way to approach that fight. But Crawford has all the tools to not even have to fight Canelo. He could just outbox the crap. He could beat him with a jab. Crawford could literally beat Canelo with a jab. Yeah, I missed it too. Me and Miguel was talking about that earlier. Well, we went in talking about that. And I don't think Canelo at 168, he's not fast enough. Look, to beat Crawford, if there's one thing you need to really have a chance of beating Terence Crawford, is speed. But even that's not enough, because what beats speed? Timing. And Crawford has great timing. Bro, you need everything to beat Crawford. You need everything. You need speed, you need power, you need IQ, You need versatility. Ooh, Benavidez Bivol. I want to see that fight. That's a fight I want to see. And I know it's going to happen. Later down the years, it's going to happen. I can't wait for that one. Dang, I don't know. I don't know who wins that fight. Benavidez Bivol. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Dang, Benavidez Bivol. I feel like for that fight, I would really have to do some film study. I would really have to do film study and see both guys' habits, what they do. But that off rip, if I had to give you off rip, somebody who I think would win that fight, dang, that fight, off rip, honestly, that fight seems 50-50 to me. Bivol and Benavidez. That seems like a 50-50 for me. I could see either guy taking it. Because I could see Benavidez eventually getting through and landing some big shots and possibly hurting Bivol. But at 170, but he's not gonna break down Bivol how he's broken down everybody else at 168. Because Bivol's bigger, Bivol's stronger. Bivol's gonna be able to take the punch. And that's the thing. Bivol can outclass Benavidez. That's what I'm saying. I could see that fight going either way. That's a hard one to call, man. That's a hard one to call. That fight could go either way. Benavidez could possibly just... Yo, Alonzo. Why would you ask me that? Why would you ask me that? But whatchamacallit, I want to know why you asked me that. But as I was saying, though, whatchamacallit, what was I saying before I got asked that question? I know I was talking about Bivol. Oh, no, yeah. I could see Benavidez, like, landing some stuff where he could, like, hurt Bivol. But I could see Bivol just outclassing him. But I don't know, though. Because, to be honest with you... Oh, you're crazy. You got me. That was a good one. He said, Bivol is like a boo-boo 2.0 for Benavidez. That's what I was going to say. Like, yo, let me see. Crinklington said Canelo 64, 62, and 2, and 39 KOs at 33 years old. Crawford is 40, 31 KOs at 36. Y'all really think Crawford is still at prime? He has one, maybe two big fights left in his tank. But honestly, I think Crawford is still in his prime. I think he is. I think Crawford is still in his prime. Look at his fight with Spence, bro. Crawford didn't even look like he emptied the bag. He barely dug in his bag. Like, bro, Crawford beat Spence with a check hook, a jab, a check hook, and a 2-1. He threw the uppercut, got the uppercut in one time when he was like against the ropes, and then when he dropped him against the ropes and threw that pop, and then followed up with the hook. He ain't need the uppercut. He beat that dude with a jab, a straight left, and a lead hook. That's crazy. But I do think Crawford is still in his prime. Now let me see. Bivol. Yeah. Miguel said Bivol is like Boo Boo 2.0 for Benavidez. Sheesh, man. The thing is, honestly, when Benavidez fought Boo Boo, I honestly thought Boo Boo, I was favoring Boo Boo to win. Because I thought Boo Boo was just too good of a boxer. But Benavidez proved to me that Benavidez does have defense. And Benavidez is smarter than he looks in that ring. It's easy to see Benavidez and think, oh, he's just not a smart fighter or downplay his IQ because he just comes forward and the onslaught and the punching combinations. But Benavidez is a smart fighter. He knows his style. He smarts fight out of that style. He fights smart out of that style. Let me see. Miguel said, bro, oh, Alonzo, you met Canelo? Okay. How you met Canelo, Alonzo? I want to know. How'd y'all meet? Miguel said, bro, Crawford doesn't need bigger fights to prove himself. Nah, he doesn't. Crawford don't need to do nothing to prove himself. Crawford could retire right now if he wanted to be honest with you. Crinklington says, Spence was a throwaway fight. Spence was like a Ryan Garcia, just a paper fighter. Nah. Spence wasn't Spence was nothing like a Ryan Garcia is nothing like Spence because Ryan Garcia is nowhere near as proven as Spence. Nowhere near. Spence was an Olympian. Spence was a unified champion. Spence beat world caliber fighters. Spence was a beast. Spence may still be a beast. You know what I mean? It's just against Crawford, he is a bad style. He's not doing nothing but Crawford. But Spence is a beast. That's not a throwaway fight. I wouldn't say that. And I definitely wouldn't compare him to Ryan. And I wouldn't say Ryan is just a paper fighter either. Ryan is just Ryan just still has stuff to prove. That's all I would say about Ryan. Ryan is young. He's young. He's coming up, and he still has a lot to prove. But Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, talk about an opportunity to prove yourself. We gonna see. Alonzo said, "That's fire though." You said you met Canelo at a gas station. That's funny. That's funny as heck. Miguel said, for me, it was like either Boo Boo outclass him or he would get dropped. Facts. That's what I was thinking. But I was shocked to see. But in that fight, too, with Demetrius Andrade and David Benavidez, Boo Boo's game plan was terrible. He messed himself up with that game plan, too. He went in there trying to, like, impose himself, and he just gassed himself out, and he did too much. And that game plan was terrible for Boo Boo. B. Estrada said, what you think about Virgil Ortiz versus Spence? Virgil Ortiz versus Spence. Honestly, I gotta see that fight. That's a good fight. That is a good fight, Virgil Ortiz versus Spence. At least Spence is not a TikTok star. Miguel, you funny. You said at least Spence not a TikTok star. We got Alonzo said, what you taking of Bivol? Of Bivol? Bivol's a great fighter. Bivol's a great fighter. I think Bivol's a very good boxer. I think he's a very good boxer, very smart, very fundamental, very good jab, very educated feet. You know, he don't got the flashiest footwork, but Bivol is kind of simple, basic, in and out, but his timing is good. Bivol's timing is good. He got a really good jab. Bivol's a very, very, very solid fighter. Let me see. I want to talk more on that Virgil Ortiz versus Spence, B. Estrada. I think that's a great fight right there, Virgil Ortiz versus Spence. But let me see. I'm going to get back to that one, Estrada. Crinklyton said, you say that Crawford doesn't need to prove himself, but why do people always crap on Canelo after every fight, even though he has fought champion after champion? He literally fought 4 champions in a 12-month period. You know what it is? You can't take nothing away from Canelo. Canelo was a great fighter. Canelo was a Hall of Famer. Canelo's a special fighter. I don't know why everybody else craps on him, but why I crap on him and criticize him is because I feel like Canelo has never really truly cleared a division. And I feel like when Canelo fought the guys that were like, I can't say 154 because at 154, he did his thing at 154. But like at 160, when he went up and he fought Triple G and he became unified at 160, he said he wanted to become undisputed at 160. And then Jamal Charlo had the last belt and he didn't want to fight him. Or was it Jamal Charlo or Demetrius Andrade? One of them two had the 4th belt, and he didn't fight them. After he said he wanted to become undisputed, then he decided to go up to 168 and fight. I think it was Rocky Fury, somebody that was less of an opposition than them, less of a name, less of a payday, less of a pay-per-view card, all of that, which is a smaller fight, period. And then being at 168, whatchamacallit, he hasn't fought Benavidez. And then he becomes undisputed at 168, and then he goes up to 175 to fight Bivol. So it's like Canelo does great things, and you can't take it away from him. You got to give him nothing but credit. But it's disappointing as a fan when you feel like he's just not fighting the person that he needs to fight. You get what I'm saying? Which is at this point. See, before everybody wanted to see Canelo. Before everybody wanted to see Canelo versus Charlo, Canelo versus Demetrius Andrade. But now Canelo already fought Little Charlo, which we really didn't want to see that, but he did it. You know what I mean? He just destroyed him. And then Canelo, we don't want to see him versus Big Charlo because Big Charlo been out the ring for so long and looked terrible against, not terrible, but he just didn't look impressive enough to want to see him against Canelo when he fought Jose Benavidez. And now what that leaves now is just David Benavidez. But he just don't want to fight him. So that's why he gets a lot of crap, because what the fans want to see him do, he's not doing. You know? Unless you're just like a Canelo, like, diehard fan, then I understand it, because you're just gonna support your fighter. And you're not gonna be upset by that, because that's probably your favorite fighter. So if that's your favorite fighter, I get that. But for fans, like for me, Canelo wasn't my favorite fighter. So Canelo's just another fighter that I like. You know what I mean? Because I do like Canelo. But if I don't see him give me the fights that I want, then I'm like, bro, come on. I'm just disappointed as a fan. But, you know, you can't take that away from Canelo, though. Miguel said Canelo has ducked a lot of bad MFs. Alonzo said, should they do a rematch? Should they do a rematch on Canelo? There was people even thinking he would retire. That Canelo Mexican, he cleared 168. That's why he is undisputed. Yeah, but Miguel Ramirez, my boy, like, he didn't clear 168 because there's still David Benavidez out there. And David Benavidez was a champion before Canelo went into that division. David Benavidez lost his belt on the scale, you know what I mean? And for popping dirty, which is his fault. That's his fault completely. But he hasn't cleared 168 until he beats David Benavidez, because David Benavidez is the people's champ at 168 because he was the original WBC champion, and Canelo didn't beat him. Canelo got the WBC belt fighting Yervini Yildirim. They fought for a vacant WBC belt, or Colin Smith. I think they threw it in there, but it was vacant. The real WBC champion that held that belt, that fought for that belt, was David Benavidez. See, nobody ever unified on 168 till he did. Nah, that's a fact. He made history. Canelo made history when he became undisputed at 168. Alonzo said, do you box? Nah, I don't box. But I want to get into training. I want to train. I want to learn how to box. I just love boxing, man. I love the sport. Miguel Ramirez said, I'm a Canelo fan. The only one fight I want to see at 168. Miguel said, Canelo just losing respect because he's not fighting the guys that the fans want to see. That's exactly it, Miguel. That's all it is. It's that simple. Canelo losing respect because he's not fighting the guys that the fans want to see. Let's see. Miguel Ramirez said, bro, boxing lost that a long time ago thanks to Mayweather. That's a fact. I agree. Mayweather definitely left a nasty effect on the sport of boxing. Kind of sucks. Source God Banjos was popping. Yo, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate all of y'all that's in here right now. He said, to be honest, Canelo getting old. I've been watching him since he started. He said he's getting old. Now, he aging. He been through a couple. Has Canelo really been through wars? He's been through a couple wars. You know, the Triple G, the first and second Triple G fight weren't easy. You know what I mean? I thought he lost the first one, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, Canelo been through a couple wars. He might not be as fresh as his age says he is. Because what is he, like 33? Canelo's like 33, but with the fights he's been through, his body's really probably like 35. To be honest, 35, 36. But Canelo still got it, though. Canelo's still in his prime for sure. He said, well, think about this. If the PBC can't pay you, why fight there? That's a good question. But is that true? I don't know. I've heard rumors, but I don't know. I'm going to say this, right? For me, I always say this, and I say this to anybody who tunes in and watches me. Don't believe the rumors that people talk about. You can't believe everything these boxing analysts be talking about, because they take stuff and they run with it just to make content. You know what I mean? So just to make content, to give you guys something to talk about, they create stuff out of thin air. They'll just create something, like something random. Like, it's crazy. I've seen it. I'm like, bro. But go by what you see the actual fighters say, and go by what you see the actual promoters and networks say. You know what I mean? When you see them announce stuff and them put out news, that you could take it. You could take that as okay, that's real. But as far as that the rumor that the PBC can't pay Canelo and all that, whatever, I don't know where that came from. I've just been seeing random people say that. I haven't seen nobody like a real solid source saying that. Well, think about this. He said, Crinklington, I'm a boxing fan. I like that. That's why you here, Crinklington. That's why you here, baby. Boxing fans. That's all I want is boxing fans up in here. Miguel Ramirez said, who has Canelo ducked? Ooh. Crinklington said, Smith, Saunders, Plant, and took the vacant ring belt. Yep. Miguel, you really don't know? LOL. Or are you pretending to be blind? Yo, Miguel's funny. Miguel. Oh, it's two Miguels in here. It's mad funny. It's the Miguel with no last name, and then we got Miguel Ramirez. Miguel Ramirez said, Benavidez is overrated, bro. I do agree that Canelo needs to fight Benavidez. At least you agree. I respect that. I respect that you agree. I would like to know, why do you think Benavidez is overrated? Miguel Ramirez. I would like to know why you think that. Because I don't really hear that. I don't like, you're the first person I heard say that Benavidez is overrated. Or I've heard other people say it, but that I'm talking to. You know what I mean? So I would like to know why you think he's overrated. That's what I'm saying. 100 respect to Canelo. Facts. Juan Jimenez. Miguel Ramirez. Don't ask who has Canelo ducked. He ducked Triple G after Canelo beat Cotto. Triple G was Canelo's mandatory, and Canelo vacated the middleweight belt. Canelo was ducking Benavidez. Sheesh. How is a duck when he fought him 3 times? He's saying at the time, yeah, true, yeah. Okay, y'all agree on that? Okay, I see that. We talking, baby, we talking. What do you think about Canelo and Mayweather? Juan Jimenez, I'm going to get back to that, Alonzo. Juan Jimenez said, again, read what I'm saying, Miguel Ramirez. When Canelo beat Cotto for the middleweight title, Triple G was Canelo's mandatory and was told he can vacate or get stripped if he doesn't fight Triple G. And Canelo decided to vacate. I see. Okay. See, you informing me because I wasn't tuned into boxing like that back in those days. So I know about that. I know about those time in the fights. I went back and I've seen all of that. But those are interesting details. I didn't know that, Juan Jimenez. So welcome to the channel. Thank you, my friend. I hope you subscribe and I hope you come back and I hope you keep on teaching me certain things that I don't know right now. All right, now let's see. Somebody said something that I said I wanted to get back to, and that was where my boy at. I know it was Alonzo. He said, what do you think about Canelo and Mayweather? I don't know, man. Canelo and Mayweather, I feel like it's not much I can say about Canelo and Mayweather. I just feel Canelo was just a perfect fit for Mayweather. If you look at Mayweather always fought fighters that were come forward fighter like fighters, you know, especially in the later stage of his career. All the fighters Mayweather fought were like come forward, kind of heavy-footed, just brawlers, punchers, you know what I mean? You didn't really see Mayweather fighting boxers, dudes with IQ, you know what I mean? Slick boxers, boxers with good reflexes, boxers that utilize the ring, you know what I mean? So to me, when Mayweather fought Canelo, it was just another fighter that fit Mayweather's standard for the type of fighters that he fights. Not trying, know what I mean? That's just how I see it. So that's my thoughts on that. But, you know, I don't agree that it's like a lot of people also say that Canelo was like too green when he fought Mayweather. I don't think so. I don't agree with that narrative because I feel like he had 40-something fights. You know what I mean? So he got experience. He was 22 against Cotto. He took a bigger fight with Gabe. Yo, he said, yo, Crinklington is hilarious. He really said he was 22 against he said, not Mayweather. Yo, that was, yo, I can't, yo, y'all funny as hell. Y'all funny as hell. Let's see, Miguel Ramirez said, Benavidez got dropped by C-level fighter. He throw a lot of punches with a fighter that stands in front of him. Now, David has poor defense. Leave himself open too much. He has only fought Plant. Nah. Did you see what he did with Demetrius Andrade? Bro, David Benavidez against Demetrius Andrade showed you Ooh, Miguel talking. He said, bro, talk to us about the better BF fight. Bro, that right there. Oh, man. You about to get me hyped. Better BF Bivol? Yo, I'm excited for that fight. I can't wait for that fight. That fight is about to be, to me, I feel like that is one of the most slept on matchups right now in boxing. Everybody's talking about Haney and Ryan, Haney and Tank. They're not even in the same weight division. Shakur Stevenson retirement. Let's talk about Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. That's a fact. You're talking about 200 to 160. Wait, I don't really know what that's about. But, yo, a Bivol Beterbiev fight is total fire. Yo, Crinklington, I don't know if you know, it's official. I don't know if you know. June 1st, I believe. I'm going to fact check this to make sure I'm giving you the right information. But I believe it's June 1st. If you didn't know, Bivol Beterbiev is official. Them boys is fighting, I believe, June 1st. Let's find out right now. Let me see. Artur Beterbiev. I'm on box right now. I'm about to show y'all. For those who don't know, some of you may. Oh, he got it on his calendar. My boy. Hell yeah. You know that. It's on the calendar. Who's more popular, Canelo or Juan Manuel Marquez? Oh, Canelo's more popular. But who's more loved? You feel me? Because Juan Manuel Marquez is more loved. But yeah, Canelo is more popular. I'll give him that. But popularity don't mean that much, though. Because, like, before Crawford beat Spence, Crawford was already arguably the best fighter in boxing, right? And he was one of the least popular fighters. So popularity doesn't always match up to how good you are as a fighter. You know, it's just, they're two different things. Let me see. King Jake, you don't got a girl for a serious reason, brother. Different era. King Jake said, you need to be sober-minded. King Jake said, you need to be sober. King Jake, who are you talking to? Who's King Jake talking to? My friend, who are you talking to? Is King Jake about? Nah, I don't know who King's not about. I don't know who he is. I think he just may be a troll. My opinion, can't compare them. Different era, different rules. The best fought the best. I'm confused about, what are you guys talking about? The 200 versus 160. What's that about? I'm trying to understand that. But yo, that Bivol Beterbiev, that fight right there about to be crazy. Oh man, who y'all think win? Who y'all think win between Bivol and Beterbiev? See what the chat got to say. I'm gonna close it out with this. We're gonna finish talking about Bivol and Beterbiev, and then after this, my time is up, guys. So I'm gonna be out of here. David Benavidez was about 200 pounds versus Kaka Andrade. Was 160. He said Kaka Andrade. Yo, Miguel Ramirez, you better sub and you better tune in every time I go live, because you funny, boy. You funny as hell. You call him Kaka Andre. Don't do that. I like Demetrius Andrade, yo. That was funny, though. Miguel said, if Beterbiev hits, Bivol goes to bed early. I agree 100%, Miguel. I ain't gonna lie. For me, I honestly think Beterbiev stops Bivol. I think he's gonna get a knockout. Let me see. Alonzo said, what about Juan Manuel Marquez or Pacquiao? Who's more popular? I think Pacquiao was more popular and more loved. I think Pacquiao is more popular and more loved than Juan Manuel Marquez. Crinklington said, I'm ready for Bivol Beterbiev, Cruz Romero, Joshua, and Ngannou. I agree 100,000%. I'm ready for those two. But guys, listen. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do. Hey, oh my goodness, my boy Balash. My boy Balash came in at the end. Oh man. Bro, Balash, I was thinking of you this whole entire time because I was like, you remember you commented and you told me to go live, and I told you I was trying to. I'm gonna start trying to go live more often. I'm gonna start trying to go live more often, at least a couple times a week. Damn, bro. But I was just wrapping this one up. I hate that you got here so late and missed it, but it's all good. Whatchamacallit? You definitely gotta tune in next time though. What I'm gonna do, Balash, and for all of y'all, what I'm gonna do is next time I stream, I'm gonna make a post. I'm gonna make a post like earlier on in the day. So just make sure you just tune into the little community tab on my page, and then you're gonna see I'm gonna make a post letting y'all know that I'm gonna go live so y'all can know, and I'm gonna give y'all the time and all that. Today was just the first time that I'm doing this new thing, but we're gonna get to it, and I'm gonna start streaming more often for y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in so much. Y'all the best. Ant's Boxing Channel. Y'all know how we do, baby. I'm out of here. Good looks. I appreciate it.